Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you to, what do you think, the ocean. Yes, I'm actually here right now live in Whitley Bay. Do you want to know actually how long it's been since I've last seen the ocean? Like, nearly something about like 4 whole years since I've last seen it. And you can hear it as well, and you can just, I'm going to just move out the way of the camera, just to let you guys take all of that in. And you notice also the windmill, the wind turbines over there that barely seem to be moving. Yeah, that's been a common trait of Whitley Bay for years, it would seem. Ironically, I'm filming this just outside a beautiful little restaurant that I'm actually going to go in for lunch in about like 20 or so minutes. Now here's the reason, sort of like why I wanted to come out here today. It's just because every now and then, you've got to do something quite different with your time. I'm pretty sure you've heard me say this before, but you've got to like keep it fresh. You've got to do things differently with your life. Otherwise, I mean, for the last few days I've been jolly on about how I was going to make 25 or so videos a day. I was going to do marathons and that. You would see me at my busiest. But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, I am at my busiest when I am at my happiest. Meaning, if I work hard, if I am enjoying my work, then I will continue working. Sometimes it is very as simple as that. Some things are kind of a little bit of a chore sometimes. Editing isn't technically so much like an issue that I've used to have, just because, well, it pays to know exactly what you're doing, and they look out for stuff like that. They hire people who do that sort of thing. In the same way, they also take a look at people who want to give them something a bit different, something a bit of a very natural sort of experience. And I suppose when you really come down to it, you got to find a special place that perhaps you haven't seen for a while, perhaps something you've got to try out. It's fine. So, with all this being said, the reason sort of like why I wanted to come down to Whitley Bay of all places is just because it's a very sort of different experience. I mean, I wouldn't come down for here unless there was any other reason, which technically I had to if I had like business here or whatever. But since I've got time off and since it's such a beautiful day as this, why not enjoy yourself? You got to learn to live your life knowing that you're allowed to enjoy things, ladies and gentlemen. And besides, what's even the big rush to actually go away right now? Because, well, even though I've got to be at places in about 6 or so hours, I've still got the best part of about 4 hours to enjoy Whitley Bay. And if you think that's good, ladies and gentlemen, I have got to show you this. It is absolutely one of the best sights you're going to absolutely see throughout the whole of Northeast. And I'm not really sometimes the biggest fan of Whitley Bay sometimes, but let me see if I can just adjust this and just like that. You can see that view there, ladies and gentlemen, just all the way across there. Absolutely beautiful. Lighthouse in the distance, and I swear there's like a toy. I swear there's like a toy factory down there. I remember the last time I remember that toy factory being there was about well, I say toy factory, it was actually a toy museum, and the last time I remember ever going to that place was back in on a school trip back in 2003, something about 18 or so years ago. And I can remember going to that museum so perfectly. In fact, the more I think about it, I couldn't even tell you where it was, to be honest. I know it was definitely somewhere along the coast here, but honest to God, I could not tell you where it is. I mean, I must be honest, ladies and gentlemen, because Whitley Bay gets a bit of a bad rap sometimes for the fact that it's raining nearly 400 days a year. This is one of the few times you will see a completely cloudless sky, the soundtrack of the rolling waves against the shore, and I'm looking out to the distance, and there's at best, I'd say roughly about 40 people actually on the beach, which that surprises me, ladies and gentlemen. I must be honest, it really, really surprises me. Actually, I've never really worked this out yet, but I'm just sort of like looking out over the distance. It's mostly shops. It's mostly just like built up houses and that. There used to be like, I don't want to say it was like one of those seaside resorts, but I remember there used to be like a lot of other places around here. It's mostly just like hotels, the occasional pub, just a little dog walk past. And, well, technically speaking, it's sort of like hotels where I'm looking at right now, but for the most part, it's just kind of, I wish I could say quiet. I mean, Probably when it comes down to the editing, I'll maybe have to either, I don't know, edit some of these waves out, but then again, it's nice with the soundtrack. It really is. There's even actually a part where you can actually go slightly further down to basically just watch the Stones, but that seems to have like been partitioned off for the time being. Bit of a shame, really, but it is what it is. There are good reasons why they have these things in place. So, back to what I was talking about just having the time to enjoy yourself. One of the big things you will certainly have to bear in mind, and especially if it's sort of like become a running theme when I'm doing these IRL videos, is that just you've got to take the time out, grab a camera, go outside, and just go wild. If it's the sort of thing you want to do, then you do what you want to do. I'm not here to police anyone into doing those sort of things. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. But there's one thing that I'm starting to like get a grip, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you know, one of the weirdest things is when I had all of the events that I was going to do planned in my mind for my week off, because 9 days goes by so quick these days, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, the whole of this year is going by so quick, and I think that's just, sometimes I think that's just life. Sometimes you get into a rhythm, you get into a routine, and life goes on as normal. You want to know, especially because today is actually important for two reasons. The first is that it is my dad's 62nd birthday, and he's currently in Dorset with my mother. They went for like a holiday for a week down south, and I might possibly pop into work probably later on today, because today marks the 11th month I've been in work. I know that's technically like not much to brag about, but you know what? I'm proud of myself for doing it. I'm proud I've managed to actually hold down a job. I'm proud I've made plenty of good people at work. And I'm proud that I'm doing a good job. And I'm proud that I'm getting paid for doing a good job. And I'm also proud that come the end of this year, there'll be plenty of things to carry on and doing, because even from like the top of the hill, you can like smell the salt in the air, and it's a very unfamiliar sort of smell, because I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been near the ocean for 4 years. I honestly reckon if I just got into the water there and started swimming, and about 400 miles later I'd probably end up in Denmark, I think, because I'm just trying to like work out the geography of seems to have almost cooled down, stopped for a moment. So 400 miles, possibly Denmark. I might have to break out the map for that one. So when all things said and done, well, it's just, you just gotta learn to enjoy your day. What can I say? And if I get the opportunity, I will definitely maybe make a video. Maybe I'll sit on like the beach there and just have a good time, as you will. Or maybe I should just take the time to relax and just learn to enjoy what it is. Maybe one of these days, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just do a video where I don't say anything and I just film the distance, or just maybe make a time lapse or something of that kind. It sounds like the sort of ideal thing to do, because, well, just relax, take your time, and it's absolutely what you gotta do. Just learn to relax, learn to enjoy yourself, and just, when you take everything in around you, sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming, but just breathe in and breathe out. And as the smell of the salt just continues to go through my nose and out of my mouth, I'm hungry, man. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have to go to that restaurant right now and they have like a 2-course meal that you can get for about £8. So I'm in the mood for a good hearty Italian lunch. So hope all of you guys have enjoyed this little piece of advice as we take in the sights of Whitley Bay and the ocean. And I will hope to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.